So we're on, whilst Monica is getting sorted, I'll just enlighten you. We've done a few videos. This is our third video in the series of powerful ways to improve your state of mental health. And both Monica and myself, we've had an experience with improving our own personal mental health. And we thought that it would be a nice topic to talk about because even though we're fitness coaches and we're empowering unique ways to be fit and talking about how well-being, fitness, and nutrition could help you, it all
Mm,
starts with the mind as well. And I think we have to start with the one thing that would make everything else possible, which is our mind. And our state of mental health will bring about different things in our life, different ways we react to stuff, different ways we take part in things, and it will also bring about opportunities for us to create possibilities and opportunities moving forward. So this is the third video in the series, and it's been very enlightening so far. Last week we talked about goals and gratitude, which was amazing. I
mm,
loved writing down
yeah.
my 10 things I was grateful for. And you're so right. It is like almost impossible to be um, in a state of almost melancholy or, slight
Yeah.
depression when you're actually talking about things you're grateful for. So,
Mhm.
um, and goals, it all goes together. So if you do have any questions, just pop them in a link. If you're on replay, just hashtag replay. And Monica, let's do it. Let's do our video
Okay.
three.
All right. So this is just to add on to the 4Ds. So the other 2Ds, like you mentioned, we covered before. So hopefully they're helping people who have given that a go and found it'd be interesting if other people have given that a go and found how that's worked for them. And yeah, so the other two are growth and grace. So growth is basically like every day, like training your mind in mindset and yeah, just in better mind, positive mindset, and also in new skills. So every day, like at least 30 minutes to an hour, reading a book or podcast or watching like a video, and also in addition doing training. So in some skills, so that might be, like on a course or something like that. So for me, I've been doing a lot of Instagram courses and social media courses with like a few different people, paid for ones. And then I've done Danelle Delgado Win on Repeat training, which is a weekly entrepreneurial training. And she's based in the US, and that's been absolutely amazing. And like I started that in July last year. And so those sort of trainings are good where you've got a live training component as well as accountability groups. So where there's an accountability group, like a Facebook group or something associated with that training, where you can talk with other people that are going through the course as well, and to get accountability and like support each other and run ideas by sort of thing. And with some like-minded people that are going through the same thing. So that's all growth, personal growth, and so yeah, that's really important to do every day. And so it's the growth is like doing the studying, and then also that's number one, and then number two is always every day, like from your study, what you've read or your training course, write down one thing that really stands out to you that was hit you the most, that you will take action on, that you feel that you need to take action on, and then take action on it straight away. So if you write your growth, your 4Ds down in the morning, and you read that book in the morning, then you can write down the action that you need to take and do it that day. So, or if you're doing it at night time, which I do at night time, then I'll write down the action that I need to do the next day. And yeah, so growth is the two things combined: the studying um, and the trainings, and then taking the action. Always really important to take the action, because that's what really makes us grow by doing the action. Because if we just study and don't take the action, then we're most likely going to forget, because it well, you know, like when we read things, we only retain, I'm not sure how much percent, but it's only we retain so much percent of what we study and what we read. But if we take the action and do it, then we're not going to forget, because we have our own personal experience to it. And so that is really it for growth. Yeah, your action, doing action, your study gives us growth. So
You
yeah.
know what is nice too is because you're doing this course, what sticks out to me is that sense of community. Um,
Yes.
you know, that accountability to each other, and it really goes hand in hand to surround yourself with people. And we talk about this a lot, you know, to
Yeah.
surround yourself with people that are actually aligning with what you desire to have. So even though you might be in a state of what you believe is depression at the moment, you know, it would be nice if you're surrounded by people who actually help you to understand your value and your purpose. They portray an example to you of them being committed and um, striving on, and
Mm-hmm.
it rubs off on you. And I know it sounds
Yeah.
very superficial when you're depressed or when you're living with anxiety. It sounds like, positive people, go away. However, it is one of the things that changed my life, you know, just like I said, I went to the Landmark Forum, and just being around people who were successful
Yeah.
business people who wanted to start a business, people who actually understood their purpose. And there was something within me that went, whoa, if these people could do it, there must be an opportunity for me to do it, you know? And
Mm.
it just opened up a gate for me to see that, okay, maybe I could try something else, or maybe I am accepted in this place. So, and yes, the Landmark Forum was quite a lot of money, based on the money I had at the time, but it
Mm-hmm.
was one of the biggest stepping stones in my life to help me come out of my depression. And there's a massive sense of community. Like there was
Yeah.
150 people in that weekend
Wow.
seminar. So, and it was in person as well, which is nice because
Yeah.
you're all in, and energy is like almost,
Yes.
you know, so contagious. There's no way around it, you know.
Yeah.
And that community sense, if you are like in a state of mental health that you feel is enough of this already, um, reach out. One, you could reach out to us, either myself or Monica, and you could also someone will offer you an opportunity. Like
Yes.
um, I was in depression, and my cousin recommended the Landmark Forum. You
Okay.
see,
Yeah.
so it came to me. The opportunity came to
Yeah.
me. I didn't go out looking for it. So the opportunity will always come to you if you really do desire to just end the
Yeah.
to leave the state of mental health you're in at the moment, you know. And um, that comes with community for sure. And I think you're a good example of that, Monica. Like you're in some amazing communities, you know, you're a pillar in some of the amazing communities as well. So
Yeah, well, talking about that Landmark Forum, I have heard of that actually, but I mean, I haven't done it, but yeah, mine started a similar journey with the Tony Robbins thing, and that was my first step really into, you know, out of my job into entrepreneurial things and going in person, and yeah, so I mean, I just had a, you know, random email from someone about that and went to unleash the power within, and the amazing energy that you feel and meeting people, and yeah, it's just yeah, so inspiring, and yeah, it definitely
it
changed my life
is.
going there. So yeah, so
And it is almost as if everybody's desire. So even if you
yeah,
came there like absolutely
yeah,
depressed, or you came there
yeah,
thinking your business was a failure,
yeah,
everybody came there with a desire within their heart, and it manifested there and then, you know?
exactly,
And I
Yeah.
think that's what makes it so powerful, because we all have a desire to grow, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
I've never met anyone that said, "Oh, I'm just happy with just what I got, where I am." Everybody still feels like, you know what, I want to travel
Yeah.
next month. That's what I'm saving. Everybody has something else they're growing towards.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, and like I said, with those courses, it's always like, I've never been able to afford them, but always just signed up and then worried about the money after.
Yes.
I've heard so many people say that it's not like they've got not enough money. That's why they have to grow and do courses, and they always sort of just sign up, and then it's like, or they might be in debt and they're paying with credit cards or whatever. I'm not saying you have to do it that way, but I do know a lot of entrepreneurs have done it that way. They haven't had the money, but they've signed up and then found it after. I think I've done every course that way, pretty much, sort of thing. So,
And
um,
and maybe we should do a conversation on money, because I come from a background where money wasn't seen as a readily
yeah,
available source. So
yeah,
um, I'm really trying to shift my mind to the idea that money is just a come and go resource, just like books. Just
yeah,
it's just a currency for
yeah,
trading. But it doesn't mean it has power over me to stop me or to give me the power to do it. And shifting from a place of not being wealthy to move into a place of being ecstatic in every way, spiritually,
yeah.
mindfully, physically, and materially, is the money part is the biggest shift for me, I believe. But so I think and it has a massive impact on people's state of mental health as well,
Mm,
and it can, like you say, it can be the be all or end all of you taking on opportunity. And sometimes I meet clients who really want to
yeah,
level up their fitness, or they really want to sign up to a year to train with me. And soon as I speak numbers, they're like, "Oh,
yeah,
I can't do it." And it's like, I'm willing to help you.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
However, I have to feed my family too. So,
Exactly.
and but for the majority of the world, money is a big um, plays a big impact on people's state of mental health, for sure, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. No, I was brought up in the same similar, household sort of thing. So, yeah, so I've definitely got limited beliefs about money that have been is and still is a major thing for me. But yeah, but it's always try and do things to have fun and everything, and but like
Mm,
do courses and everything. But and now I always do a course, but I mean not try not to do too many, because there's definitely been courses that I've signed up for that I haven't done, that have just courses that I spent a few thousand on, and there's like, but they're usually the ones that are, I don't know, that
like
they're,
qualification courses and
yeah, really
mm,
intense detail, high tech sort of things,
yes,
like setting up websites and these sort of things. And I'm like, oh, just really
I know.
been able to get back into.
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes it's easier just to pay someone else to do it, isn't it? It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
oh, should
So,
I learn to make my own website? And I wished I would have found the people who are working on my website now. They're called Web Guys. Big shout out to
okay.
Web Guys. They're currently working on my website at the moment. And it's only £31 per month. And they
Yeah.
work on it. They keep it up to date. And
Oh,
in
that's
the
good.
beginning, I invested thousands. I wasted a lot of money on a dodgy website guy and lost a lot of money. So
Yeah.
if you're an entrepreneur listening to this, look, message me. I'll give you a good connect for your website. Do not pay someone on Upwork
Yeah.
that you don't know anything about.
Oh. Yeah. I've done that too before.
Living proof, but it's part of the entrepreneurial journey, isn't it? No one, when you set up your first business, no one comes in and says, "Look, don't do this because of this." People are like, "How you going?" "Oh, I'm
Yeah.
setting up a website." "How much it costs?" "Oh, it's cost 7,000. "Okay, let me know when it's up. I'll come check it out." Like they don't come in and tell you, oh, I actually got a decent website person that could help you. Or, but hey, it's all part of the fun. And
At the start of COVID, I did a Kajabi website. I made one, and I was proud of that. I'd never done one before, and I set that up. But I guess that's pretty user friendly, but that's why it's expensive too. So anyway,
and
after I realised, oh, anyone can do that because it's expensive. It's user friendly. It's like $90 a month or something. It's really a lot of
well,
money.
yeah, yeah.
Good quality, but yeah.
But the Mighty Networks I use for the
Yes,
courses that you're doing, that
yeah.
is very user friendly, and we pay about 75 a month. But we were on the like we joined them when they first launched. I just had a
Yeah.
feeling about them, and we've been with them for about 2 years now, and they've just put their prices up because they installed all new
Oh,
tech
okay.
and
Yeah.
everything, and their prices went up. And I was like, man, it's a good thing I listened to myself and signed up on there before they started booming, because sky's the limit for them now. And I
Oh, so,
think it's like
yeah.
£30 more for the
Oh, right.
plan we're on now, but we're still,
Yeah.
because we signed up then, we
Oh,
don't
you
have
think?
to pay that.
Oh, that's good. Excellent.
I
That's great.
know, probably lucky, but the
Yeah.
world is moving online as well, and I
Mm.
think, even though we're moving online, I think people still need to have a sense of community, and
Yeah. Oh, 100%. People want to connect and collaborate. They don't want to, yeah, definitely connect, collaborate and make friendships and, online.
mm,
Exactly. So,
I know.
yeah. So, I'll move to shall I move to the fourth one? Yeah.
Yes, sorry,
The,
Monica, we probably
oh,
digressed, but yeah, it's good
that's fine.
conversation.
So the last point is on grace, which is about forgiveness or releasing things. So, like, if you carry around like your pain, that's going to slow down your progress or distract your progress. So, for example, if someone said something hurtful or a friend was like disloyal to you, and you sort of hang on to that, it's going to distract you from your progress. So basically, a grace is about letting go, releasing and letting go of those things, and um, maybe it might involve forgiveness, or where someone's done something bad for you, it could involve just releasing that, forgiving that, and then going and doing something good for someone else. So basically, you're replacing that pain with something good. So that way you can move on, because otherwise pain and negativity just slows us down. So giving grace to it means releasing it or forgiving, and then going on and doing something good in the world, and turning that pain into positivity, basically. So so in the book, it's got a part, what are you going to give grace to today? And so it might be a person, or it might be a mistake that you've made, to release that mistake and let that go, or or like your mum or dad or something, just to forgive them for something. And then I mean, it doesn't mean you have to go and say it to them personally, but you could just, like, in your head, sort of thing, so that you can move on, because as we know, negativity can't stops our progress, basically. So
Oh, this is a
that's,
big one.
yeah.
But you know what I realized? One day I was doing my meditation, and
Yeah,
a lot of memories came up for me
yeah,
that I had to express grace for towards myself,
yes, okay.
which is interesting because we can get caught up with trying to, you know, say that someone else outside of us caused something, and we struggle to give grace to them when we're hurt, because we've all
Yeah,
been hurt, whether it
yeah,
was intended to hurt us or not. We've
yeah,
all been faced with hurt of some kind, whether it was intentional or not. That's just part of the journey. And um,
exactly. Yeah,
I found I was going back to choices I made in the past, especially
yeah,
in my childhood before I was 18. And I felt myself having to actually say, hey, I forgive myself for that. And Um,
Uh-huh.
maybe people remember it, maybe they've forgotten it. It doesn't matter,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I choose to forgive myself for that and let it go. And it
Yeah.
was one of the hardest things I had to do,
Yeah.
personally. Um, and I think obviously it's taken me 4 years to get to this point. If you
Mhm.
just leave in depression now, it might take you 4 years, it might take you sooner, but it took me 4 years to get to that point, to look back and actually clean out some of the old skeletons in the cupboard. And
Uh,
it it wasn't even like I was hiding it. It was those memories just came up out of nowhere while I was meditating. And I
yeah.
realized those things, even though they were suppressed by me, they were
Yeah.
still there. There was still some pain or some regret,
Yeah.
some guilt about that, about how I
Mhm.
behaved, about how I treated someone.
Yeah.
And I really had to express grace to myself in that manner, which is uncomfortable, but I feel good today that I got rid of it.
Oh, that's amazing. Because even though, yeah, those things were suppressed, that they would definitely be affecting you. So,
Mm.
underlying. So that is so good that you, yeah, that came up in meditation and you were able to give that grace. So there's a great example of it. So
Yeah, I can't wait. I've ordered the book, so I'm looking for, maybe we should do a book
yeah,
club on this book, and
yeah.
it'll be
Oh,
amazing.
yeah, yeah. On the like a mindset books and that sort of thing. On
Yeah, we
yeah. Oh,
can
yeah.
talk about that. It'd be a good idea.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, oh, well, that was great. You had a good example. So,
Yeah. Every time we talk about this lady, Danelle Delgado, her book, it sounds more and more intriguing
oh,
because it's very action based. It's,
exactly. Yeah. Yes.
you know,
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. And yeah, I had to give grace a couple of times to like a past employer. That's the one I had to give grace to. So, so that was a good example. But
This
yeah,
is interesting though, because people will talk about, oh, forgive and forget.
yeah,
And you will see quotes. I'm probably going against the trend train here. Sorry if I offend you, but people will say forgive and forget, but don't surround yourself with those people anymore. But then, if
yeah.
that's the case, did you actually forgive and forget then?
All
Because
right.
a part of grace is that you're given to someone that is a gift. Grace is a gift, right?
Hmm.
And it's not deserving, but it's given. And
Yes.
I always have this idea of, okay, you said you forgive him and you said you forgot, but you're still seeing that person in a state of hurting you.
Mm, mm.
And you're still protecting yourself by not allowing yourself to be around them. Now, okay,
Yeah.
you might be like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's not my flock. But if you're
Yeah.
consciously avoiding them, like if you
Yeah.
see them walking up the street
Oh, yeah.
and you consciously walk the other way, even if it is away from where you're going,
Yeah.
that's
Exactly.
not grace, you
No,
know?
no. Yeah, no, that's right, exactly. Yes, forgiveness undeserved, exactly. That's right. So,
Mm.
but, yeah, no, you're right about that. So,
And I
exactly.
think, I think the world is constantly confusing us by saying, forgive and forget, but I will never let you do it to me again. And I'm like, hang on, but that's contradictory based on what the words actually mean. And
Yeah, exactly.
it doesn't mean, okay, if your last partner gave you a baby and ran away, for example, it
Uh-huh.
doesn't mean you have to let them do that again.
No,
However, if
no.
that person expresses to you, hey, I would like to see my baby, even though I ran away 10 years ago,
Yeah.
um, grace would be giving that person that opportunity.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, that's a good example. Exactly. Yes.
If, and I think
Yeah.
people is hard. I get that because I've
Yeah,
had
yeah.
to like express grace in places I didn't want to
Mm.
other people. However, when I did it, I realized it wasn't as scary as I thought it was going to be,
Yeah.
and
And you feel better about it because then you feel like, well, I don't have pain from that because you've given grace, and then that the pain is gone. Then exactly. So and the pain
you
and the hurt.
know,
So if you fully give grace, exactly. So
and,
yeah, I
I
know
think
it's
mm,
yeah.
grace is the hardest one, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's it. I left it to last.
And is it so in your experience of this course and this book, Monica, is it
Yeah,
lined up in a way of gratitude goals? What was the next one we spoke about? Growth and grace, or do you do all
yeah,
four like
every
together?
day. Yeah, you do all four like together. So every day you just write down like your 10 goals, your growth. When you write down your growth, you basically you'll do your 30 minutes to an hour of reading or whatever your training is, and then in the growth part where you're writing it down in the journal, you just write down the action that you're going to take from your reading or your studies. So that's the growth part. So it's just one sentence saying what action you'll do, and then you've got the 10. Oh, then you've got your goals, sorry, your 4 goals and your 10 things that you give gratitude to every day. And then one thing that you give grace to every day. So, yeah, you're basically writing all that down once a day in your journal. So, yeah, so it's called I Choose Joy by Danelle Delgado. So, yeah, highly
And
recommend.
it grows together, you know? It grows
Yeah,
together. That's
exactly.
beautiful.
So she, wrote that book or designed that journal, shall I say, and so that's hers. And then obviously on the course she recommends lots of other books for us to read and all
Yeah.
that sort of thing. But yeah, like I said, another time we can talk about mindset books and that sort of thing as well.
Yes, yeah. It's been an amazing session today. So a couple of things came up today. We've done the second part of Monica's 4Gs, and it's from the book Danelle Delgado,
Yeah.
I Choose Joy.
Mm-hmm.
We could probably tag her account here so people can go over and get the book if they want. We
Yeah.
also mentioned
Yeah.
Tony Robbins' Power, what
Yeah.
is it called?
Unleash the power within, like it's a 3-day live event, and it's so good that there's a lot of dancing and you don't get tired. It goes on like for 11 or 12 hours, but there's so much dancing that you can't get tired. You stay
Amazing.
full
You
on,
see?
sit down for 10 minutes and up dancing for 3 minutes. So it's
I love
great.
that. See,
Yeah,
so we got Tony Robbins, Unleash the Power Within, and also I mentioned the Landmark Forum as well,
yeah,
which is
yeah,
worldwide now. I did mine in London, and absolutely. So there's 3 amazing things that could
yeah.
help you improve your mental health, and
Yes,
only because it helped us. We're not
yes.
guaranteeing anything. We're just
Yeah.
sharing.
Recommended
Mm.
what helped us exactly.
Yeah,
That's it.
most people won't tell you what helped them. They will only tell you how they can help you, but we're telling you how we got to a point of being able to help other people.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
and one of those things was discovering how to improve our mental health. And that's a continuous thing, isn't it, Monica? It
yeah.
doesn't end.
No, exactly. Every day. That's right. Growth every day. Exactly. And I love it as well. I just look forward to, every day. Like, oh, what am I going to learn today? And it's exciting. Life should be fun and exciting and all about learning new things. So
Oh, it's been
yeah.
amazing. It's been a lovely May bank holiday. Thank you so much, Monica, for having me and joining us today on another Monday Live.
Thank you, Danielle, and we'll see you next Monday. See everyone
Yes.
next Monday. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Thanks, Danielle.
Bye. Thanks, Monica.
Bye.
Bye.